Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Atlantic Council. I'm Barry Pavel.
Before the launching of the new paper on the subject entitled Precision Fire, a strategic assessment of Iran's conventional missile program, the Atlantic Council's Brent Scowcroft Center on International Security did a panel discussion on the Iranian's missile program.
Missile Defense Review.
Iranian missile program is part of a larger set of concern that we have globally about proliferation. And in this new era, proliferation of weapons of mass destruction and missiles really rank.
Some experts put Iran as one of the three major powers in the Middle East, other than Israel.
With Iran have implemented. Well, Iran is one of the three major powers other than Israel in the region. Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Iran. Each have their own areas of strength and weakness. In the case of Iran, its strength is its ability to use proxy forces, its missile program, and its cyber capabilities. It also has a guerrilla type of tactics with regard to attacking naval targets, but it has a weak air force, almost non-existent and effective air force, and it doesn't have many modern conventional weapons, while the other regional powers maybe have fewer missiles, Saudi Arabia or Turkey, but more capable conventional forces, better air forces, for example. But Iran is one of the important powers, and its power is growing.
Iran has tested missiles that are capable.
And other experts think that Iran maybe took the advantage of the resolution that was signed between Iran and United Nations.
500-kilogram payload over 300 kilometers. But Iran argues that they're not designed to carry nuclear weapons, ergo they're not a violation. And you can see the ambiguity that that creates reflected even more prominently in a report that the UN Secretary General issued in July. Kelsey Davenport, Director for Non-Proliferation Policy at the Arms Control Association. Well, today's event really focused on Iran's ballistic missile capabilities from a conventional perspective. And now that the nuclear agreement with Iran has removed the possibility of a nuclear-tipped ballistic missile, there are important questions about the trajectory of Iran's ballistic missiles from a conventional perspective, what Iran is trying to achieve, and if there are steps that the international community can take to continue to stem that progress.
As I said, I've been following Iran's program for years, and last year I started a small project to look at how Iran's missile doctrine or strategies was beginning to evolve. As Ambassador Khalilzad correctly pointed out, in the past, these have been a tool of deterring or coercing.
Tehran could plan limit attack to achieve strategic objectives in the region.
I'm Mike Ellerman. I'm a senior fellow for missile defense at the International Institute for Strategic Studies. Well, Iran has been very transparent about their missile capabilities. They air videos of the launches on state TV. They talk about them endlessly and about their capabilities, and they do this for a deterrent, to enhance their own deterrence, to warn would-be attackers that they can respond in a devastating manner, or so they claim. The Gulf states take this very seriously, as does Israel, that missiles could rain down on their cities in the future. And so there's a heightened sense of fear in the region because of the sectarian tensions and the war in Syria and the growing might of Iran. So I think this is an issue that's taken very seriously by all the Gulf states, as well as the United States, Great Britain, and other powers that have troops stationed in the region.
It may well be that these increased missile capabilities would still be used for augmenting their own deterrence.
Overall, everyone agreed that Iran, as political and arsenal power form a direct threat to United States, ally in Middle East and Europe, and maybe to the United States
But if you're sitting
also.
in the Pentagon and specifically with a strategic planner, you can't just settle for this is just for deterrence. You really have to think of exactly what you asked me, Admiral, about contingencies. As remote as they are,
Abbas
as
Zengene,
unlikely as they
Kurdistan
are, you have to
24,
think about it. You
Washington,
have to plan
DC.
for them and you have to strategize.
Thank all of you for coming. Please join me in thanking our excellent panel.